Hi everyone, this is Rakshita BK, studying at Sri Venkateshwara College of Engineering, 4th Sem ECE. Today I'm going to discuss about the file formats, image file format, video file format and audio file format. Next, we will see the introduction to file format. A file format is a standard way that information is encoded for storage in computer file. It specifies how bits are used to encode information in a digital storage medium. File formats may be either proprietary or free. Some file formats are designed for very particular types of data. PNG files, for example, store bit-mapped images using lossless data compressions. Other file formats, however, are designed for several different types of data. The OOG format can act as a container for different types of multimedia, including any combination of audio and video with or without text, such as subtitles and metadata. A text file can contain any stream of characteristics, including possible character, and it's encoded in one of various character storage encoding scheme. Some file formats such as HMTL, scalable graphics, and source code of computer software are text files with a defined syntax that allowed them with a use for specific purpose. Next, we will discuss about the image file format. An image file format is a file format for a digital image. There are many formats that can be used, such as JPEG, PNG, and GIF. Most formats up until 2022 were for storing 2Ds, not 3D ones. The data stored in an image file format may be compressed or uncompressed. If the data is compressed, it may be done so using lossy compressions or lossless compressions. For graphic design applications, vector formats and often used. Some image file formats support transparency. Raster formats are for 2D images. A 3D image can be represented within a 2D format as in a stereogram or autostereogram, but this 3D image will not be true light field and thereby may cause the Vajci accommodation conflict. Image files are composed of digital data in one of these formats so that the data can be displayed on a digital computer display or printed out using a printer. A common method for displaying digital image information has historically been rasterization. Next, we discuss the types of image file format. Joint Photographic Expert Group JPEG, Portable Network Graphics PNG, Graphics Interface Format that is GIF. Next, we'll discuss the Joint Photographic Expert Group. JPEG Joint Photographic Expert Group is a lossy compression method. JPEG compressed images are usually stored in a GIF, JPEG file interchange format or the EXIF exchangeable image file format. The JPEG file name extension in JPG or JPEG. Nearly every digit camera can save images in a JPEG format, which supports 8-bit grayscale image and 24-bit color images, 8-bit each for red, green, and blue. JPEG applies lossy compressions to images, which can result in a significant reduction of file size. Application can determine the degree of compression to apply, and the amount of compression affects the visual quality of the result when not too great. The compression does not noticeably affect it direct from the image quality of JPEG file suffers generational degradation when repeatedly edit and save. JPEG also provides lossless image storage, but the lossless version is not widely supported. Next, portable network graphics. The PNG portable network graphics file format were created as a free open source alternative to GIF. PNG file format supports 8-bit 256 color plated image with optional transparency for all plated colors and 24-bit true color, 16 million color or 48-bit color with and without alpha channel, while GIF supports only 8 patterns with a single transparent color. Compared to JPEG, PNG excels when the image has largely uniformly colored areas. Even for photographs where JPEG is often the choice for final disturb, disturb distribution, since its lossy compression typically yields smaller hole size, PNG is still well suited to strong image during the editing process because of its lossless compression. Next, graphic interchange format. The graphic interchange format is normal use limit to an 8-bit plated 256 colors depth in technical possible. GIF is more suitable for storage graphic with few colors such as simple diagram shapes, logos and cartoon style images, which is more effective when large areas have a single color and less effective for photographic or literate images. Due to GFS simplicity, the age it achieved almost universal software support due to in animation capabilities. It is still widely used to provide image animation effects despite its low compression ratio compared to modern video formats. Next, we'll see the video file format. A video file format is a type of file format for storing digital video data on a computer system. Video is almost always stored using lossy compression to reduce the file size. The coded video and audio inside a video file container, not headers, photos, or metadata, it's called SN, a program of hardware which can decode compressed video or audio is called codec. Player or encoding a video file will sometimes requires the user to install a code library corresponding to the type of video and audio coding used in a file. Next, we'll see the types of video file format. MP4. MP4 MPEG-4 Part 14 is the most common type of video file format. Apple's preferred format. MP4 can play on most other devices as well. It uses the MPEG-4 encoding algorithm to store video and audio files and text, but it offers lower definition than some others. MP4 works well for videos posted on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. MOV. QuickTime Movie stores high quality video, audio, and effect, but these files tend to be quite large. Developed for QuickTime Player by Apple, MOV file use MPG4 encoding to play in QuickTime for Windows. MOV is supported by Facebook and YouTube, and it works well as TV viewing. Next, we will see WMV. What is the full form of WMV? Windows Media Viewer file offered good video quality and large size MOV. Microsoft developed WMV for Windows Media Player. YouTube supports WMV and Apple users can view these videos, but the most download Windows Media Player for Apple. Keep in mind you can't select your own expectation WMV. Next, audio file format. An audio file format is a file format for storing digital audio data on a computer system. The bit logout of audio data, excluding metadata, is called the audio encoding format and can be compressed to reduce the file size, often using lossy compression. The data can be a raw bit stream on audio coding format, but it's usually embedded in a container format or an audio data format with defined data storage layer. Next, types of audio file format. WAV. WAV stands for Waveform Audio File, retains all the original data, which makes it the ideal format for sound engineers. WAV has greater dynamic range and greater bit depth. Creative producers and sound mixers. Then it is highest quantity very agrees. It can be have 24-bit, 32-bit and way up to 192 kilohertz sample rate and even higher of these days. If you are collaborating and sending files back and forth, the WAV holds its time code. This can be especially useful for video projects in which exact synchronization is important. AIFF, originally created by Apple, AIFF is audio interchange file format. Files are like WAV files in they retain all the original sound and take up more space than MP3s. They can play on MACS, PCS, but they don't hold time codes, so they're not as useful for editing and mixing. PCM, pulse code modulation used for CDs and DVDs, captures analog waveforms and turns that into digital bit. Until DSD, this was thought to be closest you could get a capturing complete analog audio quality.